here. So today we're gonna order the parts we need for this Ferris with the Kawasaki FH580v on it, and I'm just gonna show you kind of how I go through and order my parts. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Uncle Bob here. So we're still working on this FH580v, and we're getting a parts list together. So we've taken everything down. We've diagnosed what we think is wrong with this engine and what all it needs. And so this is how I go about getting my parts list together. And it's a good idea. You really don't know till you get into it and get it all broken down. Some things you need, but I try to get everything I need at once. So we're going to go ahead and fix everything we can. And one addition is we're going to probably go ahead and change this breather cover and gasket here. There's an upgraded model. When you take these 4 screws off, inside here there's a little sponge, and they make a new cap that's flat. These bolts were loose up here when I took it off, so I don't really know if it's leaking out of here or not, but it's an upgrade and it's only like $20. It comes with a gasket and a new plate, so we're going to go ahead and change that too. But so first off, what you got to do is you got to find out what model number your engine is. Alright, and they're located in different places on different engines. On this particular one, it's on the side of the shroud cover. It's FH580v, code VS04. Now in my parts list I couldn't find a VS04, so I found a VS06. It's the same engine. So that's what you got to have. You got to have this number right here. Now, if you were looking for parts for your deck or your frame of your mower itself, you're going to need the model number of the frame. And on this Ferris, it's located right here. They're in different places on different models. For instance, this snapper over here, it's got a Briggs & Stratton engine, and you can get everything you need right here on the side of the shroud cover again. But if you were gonna, I don't even know where the model number on this one is. I should. I forgot. You can also look under the seat. A lot of times they're under the seat, and here we go. It gives you some information on just your basic parts, your belts and your blades and stuff. But there's a model number on this unit somewhere that I would have to locate for you. Don't know right off the top of my head. But for instance, on this Husqvarna over here, it is located on the frame rail down here. And on your push mowers, like your Craftsman, it's right here. On Hondas, they're usually right here. This one happens to be missing. On your Toro commercial mowers, they're right here. These are all numbers you're going to have when you're ordering parts to be sure you get the right part. On this engine, this is a Kawasaki FH580v. It's right there. So you get the idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of show you every part that we're going to order for this Kawasaki engine here. And I'm going to use Parts Tree as an example of how to do it. So we've got our information now. You've got your model numbers. So write that down, and we'll move on. Coming up next, we're just going to go through the website and order the parts. Alright, so I went to the Parts Tree website and I pulled up my FH580v model for my engine. And now I'm going to pick the model number I want. In this case we're using the BS06 code, and it's going to pull up the different segments, I believe. Yeah, like we can order the air filter or whatever, but on this one we're going to, for this example, we're going to use the crankcase cylinder choice, and then it'll pull up a diagram, and you can blow this diagram up and look for your particular part number, and once you find it, you can click on it in the diagram, or you can just search through and pick yours out. In this case we got this is the head, and we ordered it off eBay for about half the price of the used one, to save a little money. There's your head gasket, and you can see in there it shows superseded numbers. Those are newer numbers that the part might be listed under. There's the valve cover gasket. We'll get 2 of those, and we'll get 2 of the head gaskets as well. And then we're going to move on to, that's the upgraded breather cover on this particular model engine, and so we're going to get 1 of those. And there's the valve guide seals. We're going to get 4 of those. We're going to even replace the ones on the used ones just to be safe. There's the upper crank seal. We'll get 1 of those, and that ought to solve all that leaking on top of the engine that we had, replacing the breather and that. There's your exhaust manifold gaskets. We're going to get 2 of those. Go ahead and change them while we're in here. And 2 intake manifold gaskets. And that should do it for the parts. So, I hope that helps you out a little bit about how to order parts. I'm sure most of you guys know how to do that, but just thought I'd show you kind of what I go through, and you can understand a mechanic's grief. You know, it's not just looking at it and doing all the work itself. You have to go behind the scenes. You have to spend your time researching, looking up model numbers to get the correct stuff. So, you know, when you hear somebody talking about their labor and stuff, I work for myself. I don't work for a shop. So, you know, normally if you work for a shop, you just go and tell them what you need, and you got a dude that looks up the parts for you. And then when the parts come in, they give them to you and bring them out. You know, tell you they're in, and you go grab them and service your equipment. But since I work for myself, I have to do it all. And so there's a lot more involved than most people think. Just thought I would show you guys what we go through. And I hope this was helpful. If it was, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and ring that bell. And we'll see you when the parts come in and get this back together. Jungle Bob out.